It's my challenge to David Wood, arrogant asshole, and to other so-called asshole Christians. In 1 Corinthians chapter number 15, verse number 3 and 4, Paul said, "For I delivered unto you first of all that which I also received, how that Christ died for our sins according to Scriptures. According to Scriptures. And that he was buried, and that he rose again the third day according to the Scriptures." According to the Scriptures. Over and over again, Paul makes claims that Christ died for our sins, he was buried and raised after 3 days according to the Scriptures, means according to the Old Testament. Because when Paul was writing this shit, the New Testament was not even in existence. The so-called Gospels were not even in existence. So Paul here is referring to the Old Testament prophecies that these things were written in the Old Testament. That Christ died for our sins, he rose from the dead after 3 days according to Scriptures. Christians, where does the Old Testament says that Christ died for our sins? Where does the Old Testament says that he was buried and that he rose again the third day? Where does the Scriptures says that? Where does the Old Testament says that? You can use any version of the Bible, whether it's Protestant Bible, Catholic Bible, Eastern Orthodoxy Bible, Ethiopian Bible. Show me a single verse in the entire Old Testament from any version of the Bible in those exact words where it says that Christ died for our sins and that he was buried and that he rose again the third day. Show me a single verse from those scriptures. I will accept Christianity. If you show me a single verse from the Old Testament in these exact words, I will record myself baptizing and I will accept Christianity. It's my challenge to David Wood, arrogant asshole, and to other so-called asshole Christians.